talking about wide receivers on the Volquest.com positional previews today. And Kelsey Pope obviously had a really good year a year ago with, Cedric Tillman, even, when he wasn't injured, was really, really good. Jalen Hyatt wins the Bolitnikoff Award. Those guys are gone. And you've got Ramel Keaton back. You've got Brew McCoy back. And then you insert a guy that played a little bit last year in Squirrel White and Dante Thornton, the transfer from Oregon, and then a bunch of unproven guys, like Chaz Nimrod and Caleb Webb. Where do you see this wide receiver group heading into fall camp?
I mean, you can't overstate the absence of Jalen Hyatt and a Cedric Tillman. Those are two guys north of combined, 3,000 yards.
You don't replace a Gary Bertier, baby.
Right, 30 touchdowns, north of 30 touchdowns, whatever it was. So it's weird to say you feel kind of good about that position group going in, given what they lost to the NFL draft. But at the same time, you've seen the production consistently with Josh Heupel at receiver to have back-to-back 1,000-yard guys. Cedric blowing up in 2021, Jalen blowing up in 2022. Now you've got a lot of different pieces that you like, and Ramel kind of being that savvy veteran, Brew being that guy that's going to make that tough catch, that physical guy, Squirrel, that speed he's got, take the top end off, and bring in Dante, one of the should be the biggest impact transfer that they got out of the portal. So it feels weird to say you feel good about that position given what they lost, but what we've seen from Josh Heupel, it's hard not to feel good about that position.
I'm fascinated to see the rotation. A year ago, they just, I know Ramel played because Cedric went down, but, they really played about three guys. And they rotate maybe a little bit in with Squirrel for a specific package here and there. Does it grow? Like they say they want it to grow, but does it actually grow? Does the rotation grow? Because I think for the growth of the position to get past this year, like if Dante is who they hope he is, he's probably one and done. Brew's out of eligibility, and so is Ramel Keaton. So, you probably need to start figuring out what Chaz Nimrod can do, what Caleb Webb can do, what Squirrel can do, heading into this 2023 season, heading into 24.
Yeah, I think you want to find your best three. Obviously, you want to find your best four. It's hard to, obviously we've talked about it a lot. It's hard to rotate guys. It's hard to get guys on the field when they go as fast as they go. I think it depends on where's Dante Thornton end up. He could be inside or outside, right? Correct me if I'm wrong there. Him and Squirrel in the slot, two different body types, two different very ways they play the game. Do they get on the field together? What's the answer at slot? So, yeah, I think you got to establish your first three. If you can go to four, if you can go to five, that would be great too. But beyond that, it's going to be hard to establish those young guys because such production there at the top end, which is what you want to do in this offense.
There's so much talk about Dante Thornton, and rightfully so. He's pretty. 6'5" and change, 215 pounds, and can run. Let's not forget about Brew McCoy, who was really steady Eddie a year ago, just under 1,000 yards receiving. And you go back to that Florida game, that diving touchdown catch that he had from Hendon right there at the end of the first half. Right. I know the diving catch from Ramel set all that up, but that was as big a play as there was to kind of flip the momentum in that game heading into half.
Yeah, it was there. It was Alabama. That catch that Falcon and Hooker waited in the pocket forever. On that last play. And obviously, it wasn't an easy play to execute on Hendon's side. It was an even tougher play to execute, I think, on Brew's side.
Yeah.
In that situation, to make that catch with contact around him, with traffic around him. So he's a veteran. He's a guy that's been around, and he's made huge plays. And for him to be a guy that kind of takes over now, it makes sense, and you got to feel good about it because he's been there in those big moments.
Some established guys, and there's plenty of promise, all at the wide receiver spot heading into the 2023 campaign.